Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Today is going to be a fairly short show today, but I wanted to talk to you guys about this because obviously this is an ongoing, interesting piece of information revolving around the whole case of Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears, and I thought this was an interesting story that I wanted to hop on and talk to you guys about because let's be real. This is kind of the closing piece to this story. But nonetheless, does this mean it's over? Does this mean bad things for Tiffany Haddish for the future of her career and all that? We will be discussing that here very, very shortly. Okay? But anyway, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to every single last one of you guys. I do appreciate all y'all for being in here, kicking it with me and all that stuff and having this conversation with me. There's a lot going on in the world, but I wanted to talk about this one. I was going to do it as a pop-up video, but I was like, let me just do it really quick as a live and chop it up with you guys, chop it up with the fam, and have a conversation with you guys. I will be going on tonight for sure. But this afternoon, today's just been a very busy one for me. So I was like, hey, let me hop on really quick so you guys get your daily dose, your daily morning dose or daily afternoon dose of the show. But I will be on tonight for sure to talk with you guys a little bit longer and all that good stuff. All right. Got some cool stuff to talk about. Got some cool announcements to let you guys know about tonight. So I will be sharing the very cool news here very, very shortly. But anyway, we got to get into some things. We got to get into this conversation. We got to get into what this topic is all about. So please do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. That would really, really mean a lot to me. And do not forget to crush that subscribe button. Be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. And of course, please check out pascalmerch.com. We got some really great stuff. This hoodie in particular and a gang of other things. Like I said, I'm very excited to display and give you guys some new updates over the next 48 hours on some really great stuff that's going to be on the Pascal Show or pascalmerch.com. So, like I said, more information coming out here very, very soon. Your boy's very busy. So let's get into this story. Tiffany Haddish. Let's keep it real. Tiffany Haddish is feeling it. Tiffany Haddish is feeling it, y'all. And she's feeling it more than just in her soul and in her body. Let me just say that. She's feeling it more than just in her soul and in her body. She's even feeling it in her wallet. Yes. You might be asking, what are you talking about? What's going on here? Well, for those of y'all who have been living in a cave or under a rock, because that phrase living under a rock seems strange because, how can you live under a rock? You know what I'm saying? But for those of y'all who have been not a part of the game or not a part of the conversation for a while, Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears were in hot water as of recently because of a skit. Like I said in previous shows, I don't call this a skit. This is a disgusting video that involves an underage kid. They have been dealing with a serious lawsuit, or they were dealing with a serious lawsuit with accusations and allegations of SA, the M word, grooming, etc. Now, Tiffany Haddish in the very beginning, both of them, Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears, both came out basically saying, this is a shakedown. How dare they do this? This is a shakedown. Okay. Then a few weeks later, Tiffany Haddish steps forward and says, I'm really upset. I wish I never did this, so on and so forth, right? Which, of course, shocked many people because, let's be real, why would she say any of this stuff? Why would she sit there and suddenly backtrack and sit there and go, "Oh, I'm just ashamed of being a part of it." To me, math ain't mathing on that part. In fact, just for a little bit of throwback, so you guys remember, to jog y'all's memories and stuff. I'm actually trying to find. There it is. I'm actually trying to find the statement because, like I said in the very beginning, both Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish were basically saying in unison, "This whole thing is BS. It is a full-on shakedown." Then, out of nowhere, a few weeks later, she comes out saying a little something like this. She says, "I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. Unfortunately, because there is an ongoing legal case, there's very little I can say right now. But clearly, while the sketches it was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all. And I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. I really look forward to being able to share a lot more about this situation as soon as I can." Now, what's interesting, and I said in the show before, but I said, this is very interesting how she's sitting there going, I feel shameful for being a part of this skit. When I feel like she should be saying that, but on top of that, she should be saying, on top of this, she should be saying, I'm ashamed that I even brought these kids into it. Because let's be real. The two children that are going by Jane Doe and John Doe were accusing Ari Spears and Tiffany Haddish of very salacious, very heinous things, heinous crimes. All right. They were under Tiffany Haddish's wing. Okay. Under her observation. Okay. The mother of Jane Doe and John Doe, I like calling her Mama Doe. All right. So Mama Doe believed that Tiffany Haddish was taking them, John Doe and Jane Doe, to auditions because she was saying apparently she was buttering up Mama Doe and basically saying, "Yo, this kid is, your kids could be superstars. Let me take them out on auditions because I got that hookup." Right? Only to find out later on that Jane Doe and John Doe were part of these very disgusting, disturbing, what they call comedic skits. One of them that was called Through a P Word's Eyes. I'm telling you right now, don't go see it. It's out here in these internet streets. It's out here on the twits. You can find it. Trust me. You just have to type in their names and it pops up because this is big news. People are talking about this like a mug. But I don't recommend it. It's very, very disturbing. All right? So, Mama Doe, of course, is very upset when these videos come out, or this one main video showing John Doe in very compromising situations. But there's also now apparently photos and all that, like behind the scenes photos and et cetera, that have to do with this stuff too, which is mind blowing. All right? Mind blowing that they even have photos. So, to speed up this process, we already talked about how at first there was a settlement between Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears, between Tiffany Haddish, Ari Spears, and the Does. We'll just use that as the kids. And then all of a sudden, the whole thing was dismissed, as you can see right here, which we talked about in great lengths. All right, which absolutely is, like I said, still an absolutely disturbing and disgusting series of events that were depicted and used for their own comedic gain, which again, don't see how this is funny at all. But now there's new information, just so you guys have a little bit more up to date, a little bit of a background of what all has transpired. The case has now been fully dismissed. And of course, one of the things that I still felt very strange about was the comment from Jane Doe herself. The comment from Jane Doe herself. And we're going to recap. We're going to relive that one last time real quick because I found it weird. As soon as they said, let me just get this back up again. As soon as they go, okay, we're going to dismiss all this. As soon as they got their money, I guess, as soon as the settlement was made, Jane Doe stepped forward and spoke. By the way, this case is completely gone. It will never resurface again. Jane Doe and John Doe will never go after Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears ever again over these claims ever again because of this settlement. Case is dismissed. Tiffany Haddish can move on, and so can Aries Spears. But what was weird is Jane Doe's response, which is right here. My family and I have known Tiffany Haddish for years, for many years. And we now know that she would never harm me or my brother or help anyone else do anything that could harm us. We wish Tiffany the best and are glad that we can put all this behind us. Now, I find that a little strange, don't you think? At first, they're sitting there saying, oh, they put so much harm. They put us in harm's way, so on and so forth. Now you have Jane Doe sitting there saying, no, she never would have put us in harm's way ever. It's very strange. Okay? Very, very strange to me. Whether you stand, whatever side of the fence you stand on, whether you think it was just a bad skit, a disgusting skit that a family of the Doe family took advantage of, took an opportunity for them to scoop up a bag, maybe. You might be on the other side where Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears actually did some stuff, some heinous, unthinkable things. I will say this, there's people out there that believe that side too. But what say you on that? Do you think this is an opportunist situation? Someone who is literally a family that was just trying to shake them down because of their lack of responsibility and accountability for what they did? I mean, let's be real. Tiffany Haddish did come out and say, hey, I regret doing that. I regret being a part of this, so on and so forth. But was that too little too late? Already showing up with egg on their face, right? I digress. Nonetheless, the case is over. Case is dismissed. Settlement was made outside of court. Now, a lot of people were thinking, man, how could this possibly affect Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears? Will this have a lasting effect on these two that were a part of this skit? That the person who created the idea and the person who helped execute said skit, will there be repercussions of their choices and their actions, their poor choices, and actually, in the very beginning, their lack of taking accountability for said disgusting skits? Well, I think we have the answer now. Because now Tiffany Haddish has come out. According to TMZ, she's saying, I lost all my jobs over this particular suit. It's interesting, right? But at the same time, what do you expect, y'all? What do you expect? You think that Hollywood's going to call her, hey, Tiffany, baby, Mazel Tov, come on over and do a show with us. You think people are going to want to be a part of that? You think Hollywood or Hollyweird or whatever, however you call it, do you really think that Hollywood's going to be all about that life? Really? Leave that up to you guys and let you guys discuss that. I will put in my 2 cents about that here in a second, but not like I haven't already done that. But at the same time, I will be saying that here near the end of this show. All right. But let's take a look at this. We do have some footage. I can't play the footage. I'm going to play the audio for that just to give you guys a heads up because, TMZ out here in these copyright claim worlds, okay, out here in these streets, trying to claim everything. But we can play the audio, which I will play the audio here in just a second. But Tiffany Haddish says she's without a single job after being accused of the M word, even though a lawsuit alleging that has been dismissed. We got the comedian actress Wednesday at LAX, so that was yesterday, and talked with her about Jane Doe dropping her claim that, of course, Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears allegedly roped her and her brother into inappropriate skits as children, with an about-face statement to boot. So while it could certainly be viewed as Tiffany clearing her name, it doesn't seem she sees it that way, because she tells our photog she's lost everything in the wake of this. Another photog asked how was she feeling that the saga is over, and she said she was relieved. Of course she would be relieved, noting her main concern here was the actual accuser herself, as well as her brother. And this is all in here. Okay? This is all in here. So, as for Aries, which is interesting because we haven't really heard anything from Ari Spears, like at all. Like not at all. He said something a few weeks ago, but we haven't heard anything as of yet since the settlement or / dismissal of this trial, of this case, all right, and of these allegations. Tiffany is clearly creating distance, saying she doesn't speak for him, nor does she affiliate with him anymore. I think that would be the best choice. God knows who created the idea, who created the skit. It may have been his brainchild. It may have been her brainchild. But at the same time, them being together in cahoots at the same time, I don't think is a good look for right now. Period. So I could see them. I could see her taking some distance, okay, and saying, I just need some time. The photog also asked if she was worried more people might come after her with allegations, and she seemed defiant, telling him if anyone does, whatever they might say is fake. Now, one thing I will say this is this, and this is, of course, the statement that I just read earlier from what she said a few weeks ago. Let me say this, though, too. They sat there and said these allegations were fake from Jane Doe and John Doe, yet they still ended up settling outside of court. They didn't fight it out in court and let it drag out in court, fighting tooth and nail. They settled outside of court. So why? Why? I said why? Why would you do that, y'all? Again, why would you settle outside of court if you feel that you are innocent? Just saying. Now, I will say this, though. That skit, that one that we all been seeing, that I refuse to see the rest of, I will never see the rest of that mug. Let's keep it real. Don't you think that's the smoking gun? Or no? So if you're going to sit there and say, oh, any of these other allegations are fake, if they got a skit like this, I'm sorry, it's really hard for the court of public opinion to believe you 110%. I'm sorry, I said it. You say if it's fake, then probably it is fake. But at the same time, a settlement outside of court, the skit is not really good. It's not a good looking skit at all. Paints you and Ari Spears in an incredibly disgusting light. So do you think people are going to believe you when you say that if anybody else steps forward, it's fake? I mean, what sucks is that I do believe that she is saying that, yes, I believe that it would be fake, that these allegations are fake. But court of public opinion, though, if somebody else steps out, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, son. It's a wrap. You've already had allegations on you, and you have skits that show you red-handed being a part of something so unthinkable. Two of you, both of you. So if anybody is to step forward, whether it's real or fake, It's a Michael Jackson situation waiting to happen. I'm just being real. It's a Michael Jackson situation waiting to happen. And all I'm saying is, with Michael Jackson, and the reason why I say Michael Jackson is because of this, and only this. Either you are on the side of you believe he's innocent, or you're on the side that you believe he did the allegations that were thrown on his head. The reason why all these allegations happen is because, I mean, think about it. You got these allegations. You got one person that comes out and says, oh, he did something to me. Everyone goes, ooh, then more people come and more. And it turns into a snowball effect. And you've already had this allegation be slapped on you in the very beginning. It's hard for you to shake the other allegations. Let me use Adam Levine for an example right now. Adam Levine. Now, let me just say this, though. Adam Levine hasn't been accused of doing anything except sliding into girls' DMs and saying, what up, though? That's all he's done so far. He hasn't, and having extramarital affairs with one person so far. Other than that, he has slid into people's DMs and said, hi, you're hot. And that's it, right? But guess what happened? One model stepped forward, or one self-proclaimed Instagram model stepped forward and said, he's been sliding in my DMs saying, what up? We've been knocking the boots for a while, for a year. He made me think that we were going to be together, that he was on the outs with his wife, soon to be ex-wife, so on and so forth. As soon as that one person stepped forward, next thing you know, you got 5 more girls that step forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, 5 more that have come through and said, hey, what's up? So when I look at this situation, and she says, if there's more that come out, they're fake. Wait a second. All I'm saying is hold your breath, because there might be more people coming through. Whether it's real or fake, it could come. And what sucks is that she's going to have to fight tooth and nail to prove her innocence again. Just saying. I hope it's not coming. I really hope it's not. But as soon as somebody steps forward and says, this happened to me, other people either ride that train that are full of poo-poo. And then there's other people that actually do feel, or you did do said thing to that person. So this is what's so sad about this situation. Unfortunate about this situation. And in ways, I kind of wish they would have just stayed in court and fought this out. At least it wouldn't look the way it looked. At least it wouldn't have a hint of it wouldn't be so suspicious or so sus. All right. It's interesting. But anyway, let's continue with this this article. All right. And we got the audio too, which we're going to listen to in a second. But of course, they're being accused of including these kids in sketches. One in which she allegedly was trying to teach this girl how to do some things that only adults should be doing. Okay. Just saying. On a sandwich. And another one where the little brother, John Doe, was in a P Words fantasy that was obviously played by Aries Spears. Okay. And again, this is very important. She said she denied it at first, calling a shakedown, but then later she expressed regret for her role and maybe in her role in being a part of the skit. But again, I'm going, why does she feel bad about being a part of the skit? She should be feeling bad about what she did, how she put these kids into these skits, mentally and emotionally messing them up, allegedly. But again, you got the family or the Jane Doe stepping forward now and saying she would never do this to us ever again. She would never do this to us. 100. Oh, and yeah, she never would put us in harm's way. Another 100. 100. Like that. See what I'm saying? It just seems weird. It does seem weird. But then again, she said in that Instagram post that she really looks forward to being able to share a lot more about this situation as soon as she can. Well, apparently she had some things to say in this video. So let's take a look. Or let's take a listen, because I can't play the video. But we could definitely play the audio. So let's take a listen, shall we? And press the number 1 if you can hear this. I just want to make sure you guys can.
I gotta know, how does it feel to have that behind you? I know that was probably a stressful thing.
You think?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Do you feel like, that there could be some damage done, to the career, off of this? Because it's behind you now, but like, is that something?
Oh, I lost everything.
Like,
All my gigs gone.
Really?
Everything gone.
So, I mean, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a bad look. But now that they've changed face,
I
you
don't
feel
know,
like
bro.
you regain your.
I don't have no job.
Well, look.
I don't have no job, bro.
That's not good. That's not good. We love you.
Okay, listen, and I understand. Like, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Her not being able to do what she loves, and making people happy and making people laugh and all that stuff is a crappy situation. That's not great news. That'll piss anybody off. Okay, but at the same time, you have to be very mindful of the choices that you make in the very beginning of your career and throughout the rest of your career. It sucks because comedy is hard. All right. Comedy is not easy. Comedy is most definitely not easy. And sometimes you watch something that was hilarious when you were a kid, right? Then you rewatch it as an adult. You're like, oh, that didn't age very well, baby. No, that's not funny at all. Why did I think that was funny? That isn't funny at all. There's a lot of comedy out here that does not age well at all. Times change. The way that people think about things, the way that we approach situations and topics nowadays, completely different. It's funny. Like, I was watching I saw an episode of like Three's Company. Yeah, a throwback. And stuff that was considered funny back in the day didn't land very well nowadays. Just talking about homosexuality, right? They were making jokes in this one show, this one episode, and I was like, wow, this did not do well. This did not age well. And I know it's classic shows, classic sitcoms and whatnot, but like I said, sometimes when you're trying to do comedy, some things just don't land right. But the thing is that in my personal opinion, anything that revolves around this kind of topic, the P word, sexualizing young kids, having a 14-year-old girl perform something on a sandwich, that ain't right. That ain't comedy. That's just pure disgusting. You have a 7-year-old boy doing things as if he's like in a strip club. I'm just saying, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. It's not comedy. It's not comedy. And I would love to see some comedians try to sit here and try to defend Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears on those skits. Outside of those skits, I think they're very funny individuals, talented, funny. Okay? But that was beyond that was beyond disgusting. Beyond. And then, of course, to me, it still feels like she's not taking any accountability for it as well. Still to this day. She's getting stopped by paparazzi, and they're sitting there going, what do you feel about all this stuff? So on and so forth. And it still feels like she's not taking accountability for what has happened. She still may think, she obviously feels that it's some sort of shakedown for show. She's got to have. Because in my mind, it's like, why would you still go, I ain't got no jobs, I ain't working? Like, I lost everything. It's all gone. Peace, it's done. You know what I mean? To me, it's, I don't know. Another opportunity for you to maybe save face, take the responsible and the mature route of addressing this situation and saying, hey, I've lost some things. I've learned from this. We will talk about it more, or just not say anything at all. Or just not say not a damn thing at all. That's just what I think. Dovey, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate it. Boo-hoo, Tiffany. So she lost her upcoming gigs and jobs, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. The video is disgusting. She should have known better. I'm just saying. I agree 110%. But to me, it still doesn't feel, even after this, her needing to know better. I 110% agree with you. I'm with you on that 110%. But even in that video, which, I think that there's more here, there's more here that we're going to look at here in a second. But even in this video, she's still not taking there's no accountability still. She's just like, yeah, man, I lost everything. And I get it, being bitter about it, the agony of defeat, the agony of feeling somebody who's actually trying to, the feeling of trying to be the end result of a successful shakedown. I can understand that stuff too. But you still got the smoking gun, which is the skit. No matter what, it is the skit that exposes you and makes you look like Boo Boo the Fool. Period. So in my mind, I'm looking at this and going, is this the right way? Is this the right way to really approach this situation? Is this the responsible way to approach this situation? Real talk. Riddle me this, Batman. Is it or is it not? You guys comment in the chat. Let the family discuss. We're going to listen to this other piece because I just thought this was interesting. And I just wanted to hear what she has to say. But I can't show you guys the video again. I got to play the audio. So here we go.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, wow. So how do you feel about the lawsuit being dropped?
I'm relieved.
Relieved? Okay. What was the worst part of this whole situation?
I was concerned about the kids.
Kids.
Yeah, I was really concerned about the kids, making sure they were okay.
Let me say this, though, really quick. I wish you guys could see this video. Let me just show you a little bit of this. I'm just going to show you a little bit of this. I'm going to put it back to where we were, I promise. But I'm going to show you the first few seconds of this. Just the first few. I'm not playing the audio. Just take a look at the video itself as he's trying to talk to her. Hey, what's up? So interesting that I just ran into you in the middle of the street as you're walking into the airport. How convenient. Don't you think that's a little strange? Anyway, just feels a little planned, in my personal opinion. Now she's like, oh, I was really worried about the kids. PR stunt much? I digress. Let's take a listen.
Making sure they were okay.
Right. Now, have you already talked to Aris about the situation?
I
Like,
don't talk to him.
oh, you don't talk to him? You don't associate with him at all?
I don't deal with him.
Oh, okay. Any final comments or lessons learned, or do you feel like anyone else is going to be coming after you anytime soon?
I'm pretty sure ain't nobody else gonna be coming after me anytime soon. If there is somebody else, that shit fake.
Okay. Let me
That shit.
you already heard that is fake, but I just want you guys to see the still. That is fake. Maybe this video is kind of fake too. TMZ happens to show up when she's at the airport. You know, like this kind of screams a little bit of the Amber Heard type thing. Like she will be at Terminal Z taking an outgoing flight to such and such. So just happen to show up at the time that she's going to be there. Is this her way of saying, I will explain things? You will hear my story? Is this her way of addressing the situation? Another question is too. Let me ask you guys this too. I'm going to say it. Has she really lost all her jobs? Is this her way of just trying to get get the little sympathy vote? Get people back on her side? Oh, she losing her jobs? Oh, no, girl. Oh, no. We need to support her. No. We can't let Tiffany Haddish lose her job over doing something that was really, really disgusting. Just saying. And again, it's TMZ. It's TMZ. We've learned some things from that Amber Heard trial. We have learned some things. Okay. I think his name is Morgan. Shout out to Morgan. I think his name was Morgan. Yeah. It was like 2 Morgans or something like that, right? Anyway, going way back in the recesses of my mind. You got to remember, it's TMZ. A lot of it's staged. A lot of their PR agents are going in. She's about to do an outbound fight, going to Timbuktu in Terminal ZY2. You know what I'm saying? She's going to be here at this particular time. Shoot her left side of her face because that's her best side. You know what I mean? And then be sure to ask her these questions, these specific questions. Is she trying to give us a little bit of she trying to bamboozle us a little bit? Let's just say, again, did she lose her job? Real talk, babies. Did she really lose all her jobs? Or is this her way of trying to get back in the graces and in the hearts of America? I hate to say it, but these are the questions that pop in my head, because this is not her going on to her Instagram. This is not her going to the Twits. This ain't going to Facebook. She ain't even going to Twitch. She went straight to TMZ, or TMZ found her and they said, "What up, doe?" And then she had to say her thing. And then even at the end of this, her whole, that is fake feels, I mean, I understand she is a comedian and all that, but it does feel a little fake. This ish feels very, very fake. Because let's be real. You're telling me random paparazzi after you just got your whole career potentially destroyed. You're on the cancel chopping block right now as we speak. So is Ari Spears. You don't see Ari Spears out here getting interviewed. I understand he's not as big of a star as Tiffany Haddish, but at the same time, he's part of this whole thing. But she's sitting there going, "Oh, I need to clear everything. I'm not rocking with Ari Spears. He and I don't rock with each other. I ain't doing nothing with the dude. You know? Oh, I'm just really worried about the kids." Seems a little scripted to me. See, I'm glad I didn't do a pop-up video, because, I was going to do a pop-up, but I was like, man, this will be a long video, because I got things to say about this. I feel like this is the art of manipulation. This is her trying to, and of course, this is my own personal opinion. Y'all can agree or disagree, but it does feel like this is her way of trying to get back into, to swing back into the hearts of America, and that she can keep her jobs. Again, she could easily sit here and say, all right, yeah, she lost some jobs. Do you blame those people that were going to hire you? Do you blame them for sitting there going, listen, Tiffany, I don't think it's going to work out right now. Let's circle back when the dust settles. Do you think that they're going to want to be associated with somebody who's just been alleged of doing something to children? I think not. So, like I said, I feel like this is a little bit of an art of manipulation in my personal opinion. Again, it could very well be true that she lost all her jobs. But I also do think that she's using that information to try to throw back towards everybody, all right, towards the public, so that she can maybe get back in the good graces of her colleagues and in the good graces of her fans as well. But I'll be right back. I wanted to create something that we could wear to start a very important conversation about mental health and remind those that are lost in the dark that we're here to guide them towards the light. Suicide has taken so many of our loved ones, and it needs to stop. My hope is by wearing these t-shirts and hoodies, we can stop these tragedies and start some conversations. Remember, you are not alone. Yes, you are not alone. Remember, you are not alone. This month is Suicide Awareness Month, or Suicide Prevention Month. We have some hoodies and t-shirts that we created, tie-dyed specifically for this month for suicide prevention. Please go over to pascalmerch.com. Go check out those t-shirts and hoodies. Each and every single individual t-shirt and hoodie are made completely different. So every person that has received a hoodie or received a t-shirt is completely different from the next one. So you get something extremely authentic. So please go and check that out. A portion of the proceeds goes to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So please go over there, check it out, and consume and support a very, very important cause. All right. I would really appreciate that. But I also have a bunch of other things on the website as well. We have some new t-shirts like this one here, the Shady Bunch. All right. This is readily available right now. We got a bunch of bunch of Halloween centric t-shirts and hoodies coming out the woodwork here over the next couple days. This is one of the first ones that's out right now as we speak. Some of the famous guys like Jason and Pennywise and Leatherface and Jason and the slew of all the famous guys from iconic Hollywood movies that is available right now as we speak, and it's in color. And we do print on other color t-shirts as well. So you will be able to make those choices on that as well. And of course, we have hoodies like this one right here. All right. Again, each hoodie is different from the next. Same style, same color scheme, but completely, tie-dyed, completely different. So please go check that out. PascalMerch.com. That would really, really mean a lot. Okay. Shooting the breeze. Thank you so much for the 5. Save lives, folks. It is sweater weather now. Yes, it is. It is sweater weather now. It is most definitely that. I mean, today is the first day that I felt like, holy cow, it's starting to feel like fall. And today is the first day of fall too, which is interesting. So it's nice and cool out here. And it's hoodie season. Yes. Yay. So please, guys, go over to PascalMerch.com. Go get you some dope hoodie, some dope hoodie attire. This one's literally ready to be bought right now as we speak. We got some t-shirts and hoodies specifically for Halloween, so go check those out as well. We are building and expanding our inventory. It's about to get wild here. Like I said, I got some things I'm going to be sharing with you guys over the next 48 to 72 hours, which I'm really excited about. Some other things for a really good cause as well. And yeah, I got a really cool collaboration coming up here that I think you guys will really enjoy. I'll explain later. I promise. I will. I promise. So, my favorite time of year, Ricard, is hoodie season, and it's just started. Today is the first day of fall, so I hope you guys are all enjoying your fall and keep it dope today. Okay. So anyway, guys, that is the show. All right. Again, I will say this. I wish the best for Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. I want to make that abundantly clear. I'm not trying to sit here and try to throw. They've made their own bed. They have to lie in it. At the end of the day, they made some very, very bad choices. They need to take accountability for the wrongs that they've done, or at least for those skits that are wrong. That's what they need to be doing. Instead of trying to not take accountability, I think that's just insane. This is different. To me, this is different than Dave Chappelle throwing some jokes, some controversial jokes. These are skits that depict something that is completely unthinkable, that you think that comedians would never do. This one's totally different. And the fact that they're not taking accountability, like they're like, oh, I'm not taking back, or at least Aries right now, from what I'm seeing, he's not taking back the jokes. He's not taking back the actual skit. This one is way past the line, in my personal opinion. There's other jokes, sure. It's like, it's a joke. Move on. Get over it. But this stuff that allegedly traumatized these children, damaged these children for the rest of their lives, and those skits do exist, and they're out here in these internet streets, that's just something I do not stand for, personally. Again, real quick, the Farley Burge Zone. Thank you so much for the 10. Thank you for bringing up the suicide prevention. I have had a lot of friends commit that in the last few years. They had money, prestige, family, etc. It does not discriminate. You're absolutely right. It does not. And I wish that's why we're talking about it, right? That's why we're bringing it up. That's why we're making these hoodies and t-shirts, that even so, this is something that we deal with every single day. This is something that we deal with all year round. It's not only just the month of September. It is 24/7, 365 days of a year that we deal with this topic, and that other people avoid talking about this topic. So of course, I'm hoping that we can shed light on it, talk more about it, and not be shy, not be fearful of speaking out because of fear of looking weak, or looking weak and looking weird, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the other word is right now, but it is something that's very important, that we do talk about. And so I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to keep bringing it up and keep trying to have that conversation as much as I can, but there are other conversations and other topics that we will be bringing up, like we just talked about today, that we need to talk about and shed light on as well. So it ain't over yet. You know what I mean? Oh, Sabrina, that's cool. Sabrina Harrington ordered 2 of the shirts. Can't wait to get them. We have a walk on the 1st of October. That's dope. Going to wear them. Awesome for you to bring this subject to the forefront. Thank you so much for saying that. That's dope. where is what's the location before we hop off? Where's the location? Because I'm sure there are other people in your area that would want to be there to support or be a part of that walk. So please comment where it is so that people know what city and all that. Because I know October 1st, I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to be in that area, would want to be there and be there and support. All right. And yeah, Nicole, we had a huge shipment that went out late last week. So you might be getting it today. You might have gotten it today. Because I remember packaging up yours specifically. I remember packaging that up and then sending that out. So that should be with you in the next day or two at least. So yeah, there's a lot coming out. There's a lot of stuff coming out, but I'm trying to see if Sabrina has put anything in there. But unfortunately, I got to wrap up the show, but I do appreciate you guys coming on. Hopefully, Sabrina does put in that information because I know a lot of people would like to know if they're in that area, in her neck of the woods, to go and be a part of that walk on October 1st. Oh, she's in Texas. Okay, cool. Awesome. So anyway, guys, I got to get going, but I appreciate all y'all for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. I will be on later on tonight for sure. There's other topics that we need to talk about. There's one that's been really brewing in my mind that we need to talk about for sure. So I might open up the phone lines tonight and have a chat with you guys, do a little speak on it. So we will find out what's going on with that. All right. Or with that particular subject. But anyway, hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show if you haven't done that yet. Or, you can easily just jump down and hit that join button down below. Support the channel. Or check out my merch page, pascalmerch.com. Go check out some stuff. We got some really great hoodies, and we got some more stuff. Some really great stuff coming around the bend as well. Or more great things coming onto that page, onto that store here very, very soon. But anyway, guys, it is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all for being here. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for hearing me out, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another, and I'll see you guys in the next show. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.